Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Welcome back to the show. So now we're moving on to a next step, inshallah. We'll be looking at the Muharram Feed project, which is carried out by Community Relief Foundation. And with me tonight will be the project leader of the Muharram Feeding project, Abba Asima Moosa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the show.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having me.
No, Jazakallah khairah for giving us some of your time. And subhanallah, before I even go forward and say so much or ask many other questions, I think the first basic thing is for us to understand what is the Community Relief Foundation and how did it start, or what is the purpose of its initiation, inshallah.
So, Community Relief Foundation was originally known as Operation Hydrate, and they started around 2015 when South Africa went through one of its worst droughts. They gained quite a bit of momentum and worked with the Nelson Mandela Foundation and raised substantial amounts of money for drought relief in the country. They then evolved, once they got their PBO certification, they evolved into what was known as Community Relief Foundation. So fundamentally, they work with water rehabilitation and boreholes and bringing water to destitute communities. Um, so, yeah, essentially, that is what Community Relief Foundation is.
Interesting, very interesting. Now, in terms of you spoken of, they also work with destitute communities and boreholes, etc. So, does that also mean that they assist communities that are facing water situations or not having waters at all to get alternative water supply or water sources, inshallah?
Yes, most definitely. That's what they primarily do. Water relief. Apologies, I'm outside a function, so it's a bit noisy. I hope that's not disturbing your stream.
Not at all, not at all. Jazakallah khairah. And now, in terms of the upcoming Muharram feeding project, inshallah, and looking at the poster, I just want to display the poster quickly, inshallah. Now, looking at the poster, we see also there's another organization that is in play, the Muslims for Humanity organization, inshallah. If inshallah can take us through the initiative of this project and how the collaboration works with the Muslim for Humanity, inshallah.
So, Muslims from Humanity started during COVID to try and streamline donations across the organizations. So, essentially, around 2022, I lie actually, it's about 5 years ago, we started this feeding project in Muharram, where we endeavored to feed as many people as possible on one day nationally. In order to facilitate that, the Muslims for Humanity organization harnessed support from every public service organization and non-profit organization across the country, and all got together and did a national feed. Um, we try to do it in the month of Muharram. Some of the organizations do it on Ashura, but not necessarily. But we just trying to do it in this month. And across the board, we started out in the first year feeding 50,000 people, and last year we reached 250,000 mouths in one day. Alhamdulillah. It comes with a lot of collaboration from other organizations and from communities. Because Muharram falls so quickly after Qurbani, we get a lot of donations from communities with their Qurbani meat, and we use these to cook and then feed as many people as we possibly can in one day.
Subhanallah. Beautiful, beautiful initiative, especially when it comes to points where we understand a lot of people are still going through very tremendous force or tremendous effects of poverty stricken backgrounds, etc. And the one guest was speaking to just before this is that at their masjid, they have a program for the children who come from madrasa. You'd find that the children haven't eaten the whole day, and the only time they get to have a proper meal is actually at the masjid. And when they go home, nobody knows actually what they would eat at home, subhanallah. And also, a bonus here is doing this in a beautiful month of Muharram, which is one month that teaches us a lot about coming together as a community and making things happen for our communities. Now, besides this set project, are there any other projects like this that will be taking place, inshallah, in the near future or in the course of the year? And for those people, inshallah, who are intending to try and collaborate on such projects, how can they get hold of you, inshallah?
So the poster has contact details for myself and one of our supporters, one of our volunteers. So they're welcome to contact either one of us. What we do is a lot of the organizations that we support on this day run feeding schemes for their communities or their masajid. And we basically take away the burden of having to feed on that particular day for them. Um, like, for example, if I can just give you one example, there's a feeding scheme in Fordsburg that feeds the homeless daily. So they feed the homeless daily, and sorry, apologies for that. So we take away that one feed from them. So whatever cost they would have incurred on that particular day, um, CRF will supply the food, obviously through the donations of all of the public. We'll supply food for them on that day, and whatever burden they had, financial burden that organization has for that particular day, will be alleviated, and it gives them one extra day to feed. So, Alhamdulillah, for this initiative, it just lightens the load for a lot of organizations. Last year, we fed through CRF 150 days in one day, um, and that translates to approximately 120 people per day. So if you do the math, it's a little over 15,000 people. Alhamdulillah, it's heartwarming to watch, and we partner with a lot of organizations that come through, give us their stats for the day, who they're intending to feed, and they come through, collect the food, and distribute in their areas.
Mm, Subhanallah. And in terms of the collaboration, how far out can the CRF actually go in terms of collaborating with people? Is it only based in Johannesburg, or are there other places that you can collaborate with?
So we are based in Johannesburg, but most recently with the tornado in Tonga, CRF went out to help out there. So we do help nationally. Um, Obviously, when there's disasters that happen within the country, we respond as soon as we get more information on it. We send a team out to have a look and assess and see where we can help. Um, During the drought, we had probably the largest water distribution across the country through a lot of funding through corporates in South Africa. And Alhamdulillah, we have a pretty large reach. Um, so we're not, I won't say we're confined to Gauteng or Johannesburg. This particular feed, though, we focus on the east and west and central Johannesburg because logistically it's difficult to get food that's cooked on one day across the country. However, there are other organizations that do the exact same thing, like Community Sisters Network in Durban, run by Yasira Suleiman. They are feeding on the exact same premise with the same team on Wednesday, I believe, next week. So there are other organizations. CWF in Pretoria also does a similar feed. And, there's across the board, there's probably about 15 organizations that participate in this on a regular basis annually. So, Alhamdulillah, food does get across to a lot of people.
Subhanallah. Jazakallah khairah for giving us some of your time. We can see that there is a function that you are busy in, but
Yes, I
Subhanallah,
am.
you've
So
taken
sorry.
no problem at all. We're actually honored to have you giving us some of this time, Subhanallah, knowing especially how busy you are. And lastly, inshallah, just to repeat the contact details on the poster of our sister Asima, or it's 083 629 7864 for those people, inshallah, who are willing to assist in this beautiful initiative. And on the poster, it says that the cutoff for this will be on Thursday, the 18th of July. But
Right.
even for other, inshallah, sadaqah intention projects, inshallah, we can also come through with it. Jazakallah khairah once again, and may Allah subhanahu wa
Jazakallah.
ta'ala accept all the
Thank
beautiful
you
work
so
that
much
you're
for the
doing.
time. Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So that's once again, there's a project, the Muharram Feeding Project, which is run by the CRF, the Community Relief Foundation, in collaboration with the Muslims for Humanity, which will be feeding the needy throughout South Africa on the 10th of Muharram, on the day of Ashura. The cutoff day for the payments will be strictly on Thursday, 18th July 2024. Sponsor a pot for about 2,200 and feed about 120 people. Lillah only is accepted here in this this specific project. Again, the number to call or to contact on this is 083 629 7864. And that's Sister Asima Moosa, inshallah, with the CRF. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all the beautiful work that they're doing. So quickly, let's take a break again. And when we return, we'll be with Hafiz Abu Muhammad, and we'll be speaking about the Johannesburg Dawah Conference, which is taking place this weekend, inshallah.